Hey guys, we're back again for another Q&A this week on the question that is constantly asked over and over and over. Interested in crested geckos, what morph should I go with?
Yeah.
So tune in and we're going to dig in.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's going on? Will, Audra, Flawless Crested Geckos coming to you guys with another video this week. And we try to really pride ourselves on being transparent and putting out useful, informational content for you guys. And we know that this may fall along the lines of elementary as far as the level of content that we put out.
Yeah, but sometimes it's good even for us veterans to get back to the foundations and the principles that you're built on.
Right, and which leads because we want you guys to be able to come here, subscribe, comment down below, and feel comfortable engaging in the community, asking any questions that you see fit, and kind of not be made fun of, not be made a mockery
or
exactly.
So we just don't believe in that.
Exactly. So we all start somewhere. So that's part of what we want to give to the community. And this is a very common question that's always asked again and again and again. And we've made a ton of videos now at this point. And sometimes things can kind of get lost in the wash, and you gotta go
lost in the sauce.
Yeah, and the algorithm as well.
Lost in the wash is so like you're aging yourself.
And lost in the sauce is old too, though.
No, it's not.
But anyway, as a new keeper, as a hobbyist, as a new breeder, as an enthusiast, whatever you want to label yourself as, you're trying to get into it, and you want to kind of etch out your own lane for your own projects on what you want to work with. And we're coming here to tell you that you can work with any project that you wish.
Yes.
Truly any project. And we want to go on record putting it out there that for the most part, we're seeing so many, I guess you can say, transformations of morphs, of genes. These guys have been around forever and they're still being discovered.
Well, we see the progression of where we started as a community, even before we were obviously in the game. But if you go back and you look at the beginnings, you've got these geckos that came in, and now we are just hitting, I feel like, just the tip of the iceberg as far as genes are concerned. A lot of times you'll hear a lot of negative comments about, oh, this is the new gene. Everybody's talking about this. Well, that's what we want, though. We don't want the negativity. We want to push forward this community and embrace all the new things that are coming out so that we can appropriately assess what we can do with them to benefit the community as a whole, to benefit the reptile, the actual reptile, the animal of it in and of itself. Will and I were talking earlier, and we had kind of got into a discussion about the lily white.
Right. So with the lily white, it's been around forever. It's still a very popular morph to be worked with in the crested gecko market. A lot of people are upset with the price points of them dropping now. Everything drops at some point. It's simple. A lot of people make it really complicated, but it's truly simple in its simplest form, supply and demand.
Yes.
But the issue, or what we were talking about as far as the lily white, has been out for years, or it's been discovered for years, and anytime a new gene is discovered, whether recessive or incomplete dominant, there's two things that happen. People want to see in a recessive form
the visual,
and 9 times out of 10, you're not really going to know you're working with the recessive gene until you have the visual.
Exactly.
Or they want to work on the super form of the incomplete dominant. And when Lily White came out, every gene is the same exact way, and it was a huge rush to produce the super. Which led to a lot of geckos not making it out of the egg. They, after a certain amount of time,
they pass.
As a industry as a whole, as a hobby as a whole, it was basically put out there that they're lethal.
It's a fatal. Yeah, it's fatal. So it's not something that you want to, you should breed for. It's not ethical to breed Lily to Lily, knowing good and well that it is fatal.
So, the Lily White gene took a lot of flack at that moment because there was no super, or not a viable super. But after some time passed, it was done and over with.
Yeah, and not to mention, just to kind of segue off of that, hey guys, Flawless Crested Geckos here, Will and Audra.
And we're here to tell you guys about our new Patreon tier. Have you guys ever played the lottery, lose, and get all your money back?
That's not really a thing, is it? Oh, but yes it is. With our new tier, the $100 a month, you get every single bit of your money back for the entire year. But guess what? It doesn't end at the end of the year. No, you have rollover. So you can continue to build your savings account as much as you would like. But guess what? That's not all.
That's right.
You also is the biggest perk?
Are automatically entered for our annual free Exantic giveaway. Visual Exantic.
A free visual Exantic. Oh my gosh. Who does that? We do.
That's right. So you guys are going to want to go over to patreon.com/Flawless Crested Geckos
and check join the Flawless family.
That's right.
The idea is, of course, when you're building your programs, is you want to progress, you want your animals to get better and better and better, right? And that was one of the things that Lily White also took a hit with, was everybody talked about the head size. Head structure wasn't great in Lily White's to begin with. Nowadays,
generations later,
strategically
paired.
Yes, you've isolated, different things. Exactly. You have all kinds of things that you can do with each gene. That's what we're trying to get to. And that kind of leads us to talk about, again, we've talked about this a couple of times in the past, and not to beat a dead horse, but to talk about the super caps, the cappuccinos.
Right.
So same exact thing.
Took the same path as the Lily White. Nothing different, honestly, other than the super caps were quote unquote viable, but they don't thrive. It seems as if the super caps decline as they get older.
They do.
Actually, I've seen Brian from Altitude even put out more information saying that he's seeing genetically in his stuff that not necessarily he produced, but his line that he has, that they don't carry body fat well at all. So again, having trouble with the supers, but the whole gene took a major hit.
It did, and it's unfair, really, to the gene itself and to what you can do with it.
Right.
The science, the simple sciences behind it, the mutations that you can create that are viable, that absolutely will push our community in the right direction.
And enjoying the gene as a whole and what it can do for your collection, which leads us to this point now. The question is, where do you start? What should you stay away from? What should you stay clear from? And again, I would say do your research on the different genes. You have all kinds of studies that's been done to this point now. Little Monster have done studies. They've put out all the outlines and guides that you can kind of go by and get a general understanding of. And it gives you a great place to start.
Yes.
So you can start in any lane you wish to start in. You don't even have to gene stack like how we talk about stacking different genes for certain projects that we work. You can concentrate on perfecting whatever it is that you want to work with, whether it's flames, bring flames back, whether it's tigers, whether it's
we love
structures.
tigers.
Exactly. So you can literally get in that lane of your own and perfect it for yourself. certain color bases that you want to work with. You know, there's a lot of people that work with reds. We work
with a lot of reds. A lot of people love high white. We work with high white.
So this is more so a video letting you know that there is no rule of thumb saying you have to work a certain project or you have to aim for this or that. You need to focus on what you enjoy, what brings you happiness.
We've said it many times, and we will continue to say it. It's like a broken record. You breed for your collection first, for your preference, what you like to see. There are so many people in this world that are into reptiles. I mean, in the US alone, it's like 2.4 million households have a pet reptile. Like, there are people out there that will love the same things that you love. Guaranteed. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Likes the same thing that you like.
As long as it's ethical, as long as you're doing your research prior to, like we said, not breeding for fatal issues or problem, you know, things that have, you know, well-documented issues. I mean, go for it. You need to be, you know, you need to explore it and see what you can come out with, because we want those genes to come out. We want to find more genes, and we want to be able to play with them and create with them. It's like you're an artist, so take it and run with it.
Responsibly.
Absolutely.
You know, and if you guys been following us on Instagram, you know, we've been talking a lot about passion. And, you know, if you don't have passion for anything that you're doing, you're going to lose interest fast.
Yes.
So that's definitely going to be something that you're going to want to take into consideration.
Yeah. So when we say that, you know, we've seen this happen a lot. And some people can say that we dove in really big and all that. But honestly, with our crested geckos, it took us a while to kind of, we handpicked a lot of things because we were picking things that we really liked.
Absolutely.
And that we really wanted to work with. And some of the things that we've been working with now for, 6-7 years going on, are just now, it's coming to fruition for us. And sometimes it takes a lot of patience, but to maintain that passion, like Will was talking about. If you don't have a passion for it, you just jump in right away just to try to get the biggest thing that's out and then resell it, and you know, you're more focused on like getting that money, getting that change. Like, sometimes that's not going to be sustainable. It's not going to be long lasting, because like we talked about in the beginning of the video, the lily white prices have dropped. That's fine. It's going to happen. Yep. And you have to maintain your passion for what you're doing.
Yeah. So you want to plan, and execute for the most part.
Exactly.
But pretty much that's it. Actually, no. Friday, August 9th at 8 p.m. on Friday.
Eastern Standard Time.
We have a website drop,
yes.
New release. So tune in there. Also, as you've already seen from the commercial, if you need early access to check out those new cool geckos, a lot of cornerstone geckos going to be released, you can jump on Patreon, and you'll have access actually tomorrow at 8
tomorrow for our Patreon members, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. So that's really exciting, and again, hopefully you guys are having an awesome week. And we'll see you guys, or you'll see us again Thursday.
All right.
So we're out.
Bye.
Later.